Don't ever call me out like that again, Mel, or I'm gonna... Oh my God, okay, ready? This is stupid, but all right. I am a 23-year-old woman, and my 23-year-old boyfriend revealed a fetish to me, and I can't look at him the same way. Will I ever get over this? My boyfriend is a great loving guy. I don't want to make this post too long, so I'm just gonna say, he recently revealed that he has a fetish for spreading STDs. Let me make it clear, he's not actually spreading STDs, but he likes to pretend that he is. There's something to me that seems very malicious about it. I agreed to try out some kind of play with it because I felt like he deserved that, but him saying, I'm giving you syphilis right now and you can't even stop me, was the biggest turnoff of my life. He says this is a common fetish. I felt so dirty. I told him I didn't like it, and he said that we don't have to do it again, but I can't stop thinking about this. I know this is petty and immature, but this is burned into my mind. And there's a silly part of me wondering, what if he'll cheat on me and give me an STD on purpose, even though I know he loves me and would never do that? I always end up thinking about this during sex, and it's like a cold shower. How do I get over this? I feel like I'm ruining a great relationship with a great guy because I can't get over myself. No offense to anyone who has this fetish, by the way.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's intense.
I'm giving you syphilis and you can't even stop me.
This is like a new thing to me.
I'm definitely gonna say this to you at some point now.
Maybe he tried to get rid of her. Maybe that's what maybe he was like, I can't break up with her.
Maybe. Really, this conversation is like, how do you reveal a fetish to a partner without completely destroying your relationship, okay? There is a list of fetishes from like kind of vanilla to very extreme, and all along the way, there are varying levels of interest in these fetishes, and I think it would surprise people how extreme you can go and how not uncommon it is versus how kind of mild you can go and how uncommon it is. Here is like two things off the top of my head. A surprising number of women that I've talked to are into like these two things, and they sound really extreme to me. One is like breeding kinks. So like pretending that you're impregnating somebody seems really extreme, but in my experience, there's a lot of women that find that idea really hot. And then another is like things related to like consensual, non-consensual, or very aggressive play. That seems really extreme, but a lot of people are into this. You can talk to people about this, and you're probably not, if they're not into it, you're probably not gonna destroy your relationship because these are like so common, and it seems like people have some common ground or these blah, 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 whatever. However, there is categories of fetishes that are very out there, and
which one would you say?
Well, we'll get into that. There are very out there fetishes, and you need to be careful when you bring these up because you can totally change the way a person views you, and they may never come back from it. So one, anything related to toilet play is going to be an instant killer for a lot of people's sexual attraction to you. So if you tell them they're into like poop or pee or whatever, that is, you have to be really careful when you approach that. When I say really careful, what I mean is you have to talk to somebody and be like, sometimes there are these little sex quizzes that you can take online where you can like do polls back and forth, and it'll only reveal to the other person what you answered that you liked. So that's a nice way to reveal your fetishes. You can fill out lists and then share them with each other, or you can ask each other, you know, like, hey, like how extreme do you like, blah, blah, blah. You have to be really careful. You can't just spring like an extreme fetish on somebody because you literally might end your relationship, unironically. Yeah.
What other fetishes? Do you think like baby stuff is like that?
When you mean baby, you mean like wearing a diaper and acting like a baby?
Yeah,
that's extreme. Yeah. Certain types of blood play fetishes are gonna be way too extreme, depending on what the person means by that.
Incest stuff? That feels like it's pretty common.
Probably depends on the person, I guess. I don't know. I don't have like a close attachment to any of my family members. So when people say incest, it doesn't mean much to me. I guess if you like grew up and you're like really close to your siblings, like I imagine for you, incest probably sounds really weird because you're still close to your sisters or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Or maybe not, I don't know.
I don't really care. I think I've even done this roleplay before. But it's like not like you're thinking about your own siblings. It's like...
Yeah, and also, I'm sorry if this is a hot take or not. If you want incest, okay, stepbrother and stepsister, that shit doesn't count as incest, okay? That's just fucking somebody that moved into your house that's the opposite sex, all right? If you want incest, okay, this motherfucker needed to come out of the same pussy you did, all right? Otherwise, that's just called straight heterosexual sex, all right?
Damn, I've never heard that STD thing. If you want to get rid of someone, you should actually just say that.
Well, I don't know if these people are real or not. I don't know if I believe this, but there's a term for these people. I think they're called bug chasers. And the idea is like people that literally try to get as many diseases as possible. I don't know if that's real. I hear the term and whatnot, but I can't believe you would like survive for long doing that, or like, it just seems crazy.
Yeah. Imagine if you're at a bar and there's like an annoying guy that is just not going away, and you'd be like, yeah, my fetish is spreading STDs. I have a few right now.
We don't have to tell him your fetish. You could just act attracted to him and then just tell him like, hey, just so you know, like I have HIV. Like I hope that's not a deal breaker. Warning: incel producing thread. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Dating over 30 subreddit, Mel. Here we go. He said something sexually offensive. Was I right to be upset? We were seeing each other for quite some time. I saw a lot of incompatibilities though, so I decided to end it. I made it clear that I'm not going to see him again and that sex is off the table. But we still continued chatting friendly topics. I recently got, there's already like 50 million fucking red flags, okay? So number one, I'm gonna give some general guidelines. Some people are gonna be upset with me, but I'm sorry. I'm giving you the 32-year-old, this is true ass life shit, and everybody that disagrees with me is like 21, 22, and they haven't learned it yet, okay? I'm not gonna say this to you guys often, okay? Because I hated when people told me when I was younger, you'll get this when you're older, Sonny. It sounds so bad to say it, but I'm gonna give you one, and you can hold this in with you, and maybe instead of waiting until you're 30, maybe you'll get it when you're 26 or 27, because you hear it from me, like, fuck, Destiny was right on that one. Steven was right on that one, I should've listened, okay? Here is a fact. Any new relationship that you have should be fucking Mary Poppins, rainbows out your fucking ass for the first 1 month minimum. If you're getting red flags in a few weeks, that shit is more sunk than the Titanic, okay? It is over. It is fucking over. There is no such thing as a long-lasting relationship that has red flags popping up in 1 or 2 weeks, okay? You have your fucking blinders on at that point. If you're seeing red flags, you are being assaulted with offensive behavior, okay?
God, I made a mistake.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And I made that mistake too, okay? I have. That's why I'm here to tell you, okay? A lot of people, it's funny because a lot of people be like, I would never take relationship advice from Destiny. That guy's been through a lot of horrible shit. That's why I can give the advice, because I know what to look out for, because I've made these mistakes personally. I've made a lot of these mistakes myself and I've survived them, so I can come here and tell you, all right? Don't do this, okay? If you are in a relationship and you have huge red flags popping up within like a month, that shit cray. You done. Pass that shit along to somebody else. You're out, okay? Dive, leave, okay? Peace out. All right, anyway, so we were seeing each other for quite some time.
Wait, can I just tell chat?
Do it.
Steven showed all the red flags after, like, in the second month.
Good. I'm glad.
First one.
Yeah, but the difference is, I will tell you.
But I did wait actually.
I'll tell you my red flag. Yeah, well, I tell you still, you're still making a mistake. So, but someday you'll learn. Okay. Anyway, nobody should ever date me. Okay. Here we go.
I love you, Steve.
I love you too, Melina. I made it clear that I'm not going to see him again and that sex is off the table, but we still continue chatting friendly topics, okay? If you are not gonna date anyone anymore, don't be friends with them, okay? This shit is fucked, okay? Just bounce, all right?
Oh, hold on.
What?
Like, yeah, you're saying this, but you've done this so many fucking times.
Sure, listen. I am not.
You've done this
listen,
so a lot
Mel,
of times. You can't say that you're like, yeah.
I am not the norm. It's different, okay?
I think you've done this almost every single time.
Yeah, but I am not. Do you think I should tell everybody to live my life? Okay, you know what? Melina's right, guys. I'm sorry. Let me tell you how you should live your lives, okay? Step 1, polyamory. Whoever you date, let them fuck whoever, because who the fuck cares? Because at the end of the day, they're either gonna fuck you or you're not. And if them fucking some other guy scares you, that's because you suck at sex, okay? Get better, up your game, all right? Stop being so possessive. There you go. Is that the advice you're gonna give Melina? So every relationship should be a poly-relationship, number 1, okay? Number 2, live with multiple people if you want. That shit sounds awesome, okay? Do that shit. Who cares who the fuck lives with you at any point in time? Don't be attached to any place you live to. Get ready to leave if you need to.
You're not wrong with what you said.
Oh.
You're not wrong. You're right.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, hey, listen. I have learned long enough that my experiences in life are atypical, so I don't give suggestions based off of my personal feelings, okay? I'm trying to suggest to other people to do things that is probably good for them, okay?
Yeah,
good?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
You're very good.
All right.
I love you. You're so smart.
I love you too, okay? Don't ever call me out like that again, Mel, or I'm gonna give you a lot of applause.
Saying,
I'm clapping right now.
Just say, like, you're not that cool. You've done this mistake several times.
I literally just said that. You're being a Twitch chatter right now. You're being a chatter. I literally just said, I've made a lot of these mistakes, so I can tell you people why you shouldn't do them. Did anybody push 1 in chat, in Melina's chat, if you heard Steven just say that like 10 minutes ago? Who heard it?
If you didn't hear it, type 2.
Mel, they all heard me say it.
I see some 2s.
Yeah, though, you know, All the twos in your chat are your
guys are
simps.
schizophrenic.
Anyway.
I'm just making it clear.
Okay. I understand that you're watching those videos now and you think that negging is like the way to go, okay? But it doesn't work on me, okay? So stop. You're hurting my feelings, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Continue with it.
At Destiny, do you think it's possible to be friends with someone after there's an instance of unrequited feelings between them? Here's what I'm gonna tell you, okay? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A few years ago, I did a lot of mushrooms and I broke my brain, and now I believe in some mystical spiritual shit. So I'm gonna invoke that right here, okay? I'm gonna invoke that. For some reason, when you meet some people, there is just an attraction that cannot be explained. There are some people that you will hook into and you will have that feeling and you will want something more than friendship with them. In my experience, personally, I can only say this personally, and from the other people that I've interacted with personally, that doesn't go away. You just can't get rid of that. There are some people that like, you can suffer through the experience of being friends with them because the other stuff is fun. So every time you hang out with them, it's almost like getting chemotherapy, and that you know maybe there's some greater payoff at the end because being friends was nice, but it's an excruciating experience. But the idea that you can like really be attracted to somebody and like really be like kind of have that lovey feeling about them and that can just go away, no, otherwise you wouldn't have been attracted to them like that in the first place. The only exception that I can think of this happening is if you had those feelings about somebody and they like leave your life and maybe you meet them like 7 or 8 years later and things have really changed. That I can see that being the case maybe, because I've had that before where you meet somebody like 8, 10 years later, it's like, okay, things are way different now. But otherwise, I don't think you can meet somebody, be really attracted to them, have a crush on them or whatever, and then that just goes away. I don't think most people can do that. I don't even think I can do that. And I'm a cold motherfucker. So I think I don't believe anybody that says that they can do that, okay? Just in my...
Wait, do what exactly? Wait, can you say that one more time?
You meet somebody, you have like a big crush on them, they don't really feel the same way about you, so you just want to be friends and then your crush goes away. I don't think that ever happens.
Oh, no, of course not.
Mm-hmm. Jesus, so we got 2 sentences through this. Okay. I recently got vaccinated for COVID-19. I told him my head is aching probably due to the vaccine, to which he replied, yeah, it's like that with the vaccine. Your body will feel weak. It can't be used yet. Ha 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 joke. I can't read the sentence. Yeah, it's like that with the vaccine. Your body will feel weak. It can't be used yet. Ha 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 joke. I don't know. Okay. It was implied that he meant sex. I tried to laugh it off at first, but I felt bothered by it over time. So I told him I felt offended by what he said. I felt like a sex object to be used, that I won't be replying to anything sexual anymore. He said it was just a joke and said sorry that I felt offended. Didn't mean to hurt my feelings. I accepted the apology, but I said I needed to unfriend him to move forward from here since LTR is not plausible for us, long-term relationship. Was I right to be upset or was I just being dramatic? Establishing boundaries is hard. I think she's really dramatic. The guy's probably making sex jokes because he probably wants her to respond to the sex jokes positively so that he can get back to being like sexual with her, but obviously it didn't work. She probably should have never talked to him at all after it didn't work out. I think that she's a little bit overreacting, but if you don't want to like make any sexual jokes, you have the right to say that and then just don't talk to him anymore, but yeah, I don't know. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I guess not many here are as appalled by that joke as I am. I guess your body can't be used yet is honestly a straight up misogynistic thing to say, and even as a man I recognize this. It's not a joke, since jokes are funny, and the last thing a statement like that is funny. More like a gross, disrespectful, shitty comment. Good for you for standing up to him like that. Sorry that you were offended? Give me a fucking break. Sorry I'm such an asshole is what he should have said. Oh my God. Can I get some soy claps in the chat? Here we go, Mel. I, a 29-year-old woman, keep finding long hairs in my bathroom, which is strange because my husband, 32-year-old male, is bald, and I have a short pixie crop hairstyle. Using a throwaway account because of reasons. This started a few weeks ago. While cleaning the bathroom, I found a number of long hair strands over my bathroom wall by the shower. This struck me as very odd, because not only does my husband not have hair, I also wear a very cropped short hairstyle, so it's impossible for the strands I found to belong to either me or my husband.
Stupid fucking
It has to be the asshole.
What? What?
It has to be the asshole hair.
No, that doesn't grow that long. What are you talking about?
Kidding! You really think I'm... Okay, fuck.
Say yay, K, okay? Say yay.
Oh, gosh. Why do you think everything I say is serious? Oh, my God.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
It's impossible for the strands I found to belong to either me or my husband. Confused, I washed them away, but couldn't stop thinking about it. I decided not to mention it, but kept looking out for them. There seems to be a pattern that there's hairs appearing when I'm either at work or out for a longer time period. I feel like I'm going crazy, and I feel like I shouldn't just immediately go to my husband cheating on me with a longer-haired woman. I asked my husband about it, and he just shrugged, which makes me more paranoid, as surely this is something that's strange, so why is he so blasé about it? I'm starting to think he's playing it down to stop me from finding the truth. It happened again 2 days ago, and I asked my husband again. He dismissed it, but this time admitted it's strange, but told me the only explanation is that they must be my hairs. They are not, and after saying so, now he'll just ignore me if I bring it up. I don't want to assume my husband is cheating on me and accuse him of such over something so ridiculous, but I'm driving myself into the ground, trying to work out how the hairs have gotten there without my husband dismissing it as nothing. During lockdown, we haven't had any visitors that I know of, so I can rule out his sister. Bum, bum, bum.
That's it.
That's it. What do you think is happening?
He's a big coomer. Or they have a homeless person living there without them knowing.
Okay, one of the crazy things, guys, about long-haired women is their hair gets everywhere and it stays everywhere for years.
It's the meal trails.
It's everything.
We call them meal trails in our family.
Yep, if you go into your car and you start digging through the side, you will find hair from girls that you dated 30 fucking years ago if your car is that old. Hair just lasts, long hair especially, will get everywhere and it will last there everywhere, and just so you know. All right. Are you ready, Mel?
For the end. This is obvious. But okay, I'm ready.
Oh, if you do your laundry at a public laundromat or share washers and dryers, it could be that. Oh, that could be it. That's interesting. I never thought about that. But there's an update, so we're going to read that, okay? I ultimately decided against getting a secret camera set up because, ironically enough, I didn't want to betray my partner's trust. Though part of me wanted to get, one, to squash any worries of someone living in my walls, as per some comments said. I did plan to leave work early, which is something I've never done before. My boss allowed me to leave after a half day. Upon returning home, nothing seemed amiss. I was expecting another car in the driveway or parked outside on the street. There was no other car I did not recognize. Quietly letting myself in, I was immediately confused. In the hallway, there was a pair of shoes I didn't recognize, and not only that, they looked like men's shoes. Standing in the hallway, trying to work out what to do, if I should sneak around or make my presence known before I could decide, my husband walked out of the kitchen with 2 cups of tea. By my husband's face, it was obvious he was surprised to see me. Playing along with naivety, I asked my husband how he could have known I was coming home early to make me tea. Expecting my husband to lie, he surprised me by sitting down and explaining everything. At the beginning of lockdown, his friend, someone I'm not all that close with because we only met once, was evicted, lost his job, and had been couch surfing. So for some days over the past couple of weeks, this guy has been traveling to our house and, with the acceptance of my husband, using our bathroom to freshen up to attend interviews. He's also borrowing shirts and suits from my husband. As it turns out, my husband's friend has long hair and a beard. So it turns out my husband isn't cheating on me, but was hiding the fact that his long-haired friend was coming over to use our shower. After his shower, I ended up meeting Dave, and he turned out to be a very nice bloke, just down on his luck. I wished him the best for his socially distanced interview, and he went on his way. I asked my husband why he didn't just tell me, as I wouldn't have had a problem with it. It turns out he was worried about my reaction and me not liking his friend or approving the situation. He also told me Dave was very embarrassed about the whole situation and didn't want people to know what he was having to do. I told my husband I was starting to believe he was cheating, and he was shocked, having not even considered those implications while attempting covering for his friend. I told him that the whole thing was ridiculous and he would suggest his friend live with us till he's back on his feet. What do you think?
I think they're fucking.
Oh, I think this whole story is fake as fuck. This is like, oh yeah, on Reddit. This is like every single day my girlfriend has been sneaking out, and she's been coming home every night later and later and later. Yesterday when she came home, I noticed when she came home she had marks on her neck, and it kind of looked like somebody had been grabbing her and like vigorously fucking her. I finally decided to approach her, and I don't know what'll happen, blah, blah, blah. And then the update post is like, I followed my girlfriend home from work yesterday to see what was going on. What I found out was that my girlfriend is actually a volunteer for an organization called Save the Children. And what she does is she enters violent parents' households and she fights off parents that are attacking tiny, helpless children, and she rescues them from abusive households. And I feel so, like, it's like one of those stories. Like, okay, dude, like, yeah, what? It's like so obviously fucking fake and stupid. It's like, whatever. Like,
Nice.
Wait, hold on. This post thread is really funny. I lied to a blind neighbor and I told him I moved away.